this is the video to show you how to work on the template for the research work we have done. Now, this video is necessary because previously when we sent out links to the template, people would start editing the template before they actually made a copy. So this is to help people get started. So first off, when you get to the template, after you access it from the link, you come over to the left hand side and you click on the three dots and you select duplicate. Then when it creates the copy of duplicate, you come back and then you rename that. I will give this name. So the most important thing is to put your name and then put your country. So for instance, I'll just give this one Prince Test Copy. Now once you've renamed it's your name and your country, you come over to the body of the template. The first part you're going to do is add your name over here. You add the data protection authority of the said country. You can give all the types of legislation relating to data protection. However, just below there on the name of primary act, you will give the primary act, not necessarily all the other legislation, but the primary one. For instance, in Zimbabwe, it's the Cyber and Data Protection Act. South Africa, it's POPIA. And then you give the date when it was enacted. You then come along and you give your data subject rights. We're using the GDPR rights here. So we will have whatever it is that's this is with the GDPR. You'll give the section in your country's section, legislation. You'll cite the article or section where said legislation speaks on that particular right, and you can give limitations or exceptions to the data subject right. You do this for all the GDPR based data subject rights. Then there are non-GDPR ones which we did find during the course of our research. Those you can then add or subtract as per need. For instance, I might want to put protection of deceased persons for Cabo Verde. So I would cite the section where it's spoken of. I'll give a description of what that right is about, and I'll give its limitations. Now, after you're done with your data subject rights, the next step is to give your key findings. Please, when you're entering these, please try to stick to the topic of data subject rights, firstly. Secondly, please avoid having anything related to name calling or anything that might come and affront or offend a given country's authority or data protection officers or anything. What we're doing is we're presenting impartial research that we would like to present to others as our findings and with recommendations. So you present your key findings, giving whatever it is that you found that needs to be taken care of. For instance, some countries don't have exceptions for the people that are vulnerable individuals. So when you want to include those, you put that in your key findings that there's no provisions for vulnerable individuals. You come after you've entered your key findings, you also enter your recommendations. Again, we avoid name calling. You describe experience difficulty is or discrepancy in areas or areas of improvement. Simply what stood out to you, what needed to be done. And again, please restrict all your findings to data subject rights. We will move on to other thematic areas at a later date. For now, we're dealing with data subject rights. Once you're done, please do notify me. You can notify me in our WhatsApp group. You can notify me on email, on DPU Africa Network, on ClickUp. You just send me an update to say your template has been filled. The idea is we would like to do this over the course of 2 weeks. We realize that this is people's voluntary time, so we do not want to impose too much. So we are going to ask over the course of 2 weeks that people fill in their templates, so that we can begin working on the final document, which would be a consolidation of all the research everyone has. It is necessary to do this. I'm sure some people might ask why this needs to be done, but what's important in this case is you also get to double check your data, all the links and the sections you are going to cite and give for research, your researchers to check on. It gives you the opportunity to make sure your research is as error-free as possible, so that when the people writing now are using your work for reference, there is minimal disruption and issues like with errors, correcting errors, and redoing research. Thank you for your time. This is Prince, just presenting the data compilation template for researchers.